Hey there, live. It's Pastor Liskey here. It's been 3 months since we've gathered together here at the church for worship. Last night, our church council met together to go over the final touches of our COVID-19 preparation plan. And now I'm very excited to tell you that we're ready to resume public worship here at Alive. The council has prepared a COVID-19 preparation plan following the guidelines that have been provided by the CDC. You're welcome to read that whole plan, of course, but this short video here is meant to just highlight a few things for you to bear in mind as we prepare to again gather together for worship. You may not agree with every part and every point of the preparation plan, but I want to assure you that the council spent a lot of time and energy making sure that we're following the guidelines so that we can do everything that we can to take care of every member of our congregation who would desire to come and be present with us again for worship. Essentially, a lot of this is going to involve us making small sacrifices in order to take care of one another so that we can move forward together. Your trip to church on Sunday won't begin at church or on Sunday for that matter. In order to be prepared for the members who are going to come, what we'll need you to do is actually sign up ahead of time to indicate your intention to be with us for worship on Sunday. You'll be able to do that by logging into a website. A link will be sent via email to our members. You'll be able to sign in using your computer, possibly using an iPad or another tablet. And if all else fails, you'll be able to call me and I will sign you up so that we know that you're coming. In order to care for one another and do our best to prevent the potential spread or transmission of the virus, when we gather together for worship, we'll all be wearing face masks. You can see there's a sign on the door here. It says, when we gather for worship, please do not enter without a face mask. And so at the door is about the time to put one on. As you can see, the interior of the church has been reconfigured in order for us to maintain both social distancing regulations and for us to follow the disinfection procedures that the CDC recommends. And so each row in the church is separated by 6 feet of separation. There's 6 feet of separation in the center aisle here. Basically, each row will be one per household. That's part of the reason why we need you to sign up ahead of time. We'll be preparing sort of a layout of how we'll have people sitting. Depending on how many people are coming, if we have significantly fewer than would fill up the church, we can actually spread people even a little bit further to go above and beyond those social distancing recommendations. If we find out more people are coming, then we're prepared to accommodate. Then we have alternative arrangements in mind, whether it's adding an extra service or adding some additional seating heading out into the fellowship hall. You'll notice the chairs are not the cloth chairs. Right now they're the plastic and metal chairs, simply because these are far more easy for us to disinfect after the services. Again, just to eliminate as much as possible any potential spread or transmission of the virus. Another thing to bear in mind then, using the hard surface chairs, we won't have the cloth chairs with the pockets in the back for the hymnals. We won't be using hymnals for the foreseeable future, just again to reduce or eliminate the potential for spread of the virus. Instead, we'll be printing off orders of service for those who have indicated that they're planning to come. Certainly, if you are one who would like to use an iPad or something like that to follow along with the service, if you let me know ahead of time, I won't print one off for you, and then we'll save a little tiny bit of money on paper and printing costs. Likewise, we won't be gathering the offering, using the offering plates and passing them around the sanctuary during the service. Instead, the offering plate will be sitting towards the entrance or exit of the sanctuary, and you're encouraged and invited to simply leave your offerings in the plate as you come or as you go. The CDC has removed any recommendations that it had made about singing from the guidelines. To the extent that our services will incorporate singing, and there will be some, people will be remaining masked, and certainly you're encouraged also not to really belt it out, to sing with a little bit of restraint for yourself, which might be super duper hard after 3 months of not having the opportunity to sing the Lord's praises together. But between our social distancing measures, the masks that we'll be using, and a little bit of restraint, the intent is that any potential transmission, again, will be diminished or eliminated. So this is one part of this that might seem a little bit strange, but the CDC recommendations include that all surfaces that are used would be disinfected. And so at the conclusion of the service, what we'll be doing is taking disinfecting wipes and simply walking down the aisle and offering one to each person with the intent that they would take one and just use that wipe to wipe down the seat that they were sitting in. It's not a huge effort or anything, just give it a little bit of a wipe. Maybe if you grabbed a chair in front of you, you can wipe that one down too. But in doing so, then we're taking one extra step to reduce the potential for any transmission of the virus. Finally, after 3 months apart, I know that you'll want to visit with one another after the service, and that's great. I will want to visit with you too, for certain. But we're going to ask people to do the visiting outside of the building. That way, again, we don't have to worry about any transmission of virus inside. Likewise, conversation is considered a little bit safer outdoors anyway, where there's more airflow available. So that's about it for my brief video here, intended to give you a little bit of sense of what to expect as we begin to resume worship together. Certainly, we all need to bear in mind that these situations remain fluid. The CDC recommendations have changed multiple times as we've been working on the COVID-19 preparedness plan. They'll continue to change as well. I can't promise you that every week we'll gather together for worship. We'll have to continually reassess along the way to make sure that we're maintaining these standards that are provided for us by the CDC guidelines. Again, just in order to keep one another safe. We would hate to have the church be a place where this virus posed a danger for any of us. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. I hope you're able to come. Certainly if you're not, either because of situations that are going on or just you're not quite comfortable with this yet, I understand, certainly. And we'll continue to stream an online service for this foreseeable future. But for those of you who are able to come, I really do look forward to seeing you as we gather together in this place again after 3 months. And we have the opportunity to sing and to speak and to hear the marvelous works of our Lord. The Lord be with you the rest of the week. Bye.